Hey, what's up, students? Come here. You like any of the videos here? Have you ever seen any of the highlights and stuff like that? Make sure to, subscribe. Maybe like some of the videos. Come and join us on the stream, bro. We're live Monday from 7 to 9. Tuesday from 6 to 8. Maybe I might change, I don't know. And Wednesday to 7 to 9. Come and check us out, alright? Later.
Shut up! What's good, students? You see, we got some shit to clean up. I've begun to realize in our past journeys, well, begun to realize in our past journeys that our excursions, something's been happening. Not in a good way. That's right, students. I'm dedicating this month to figuring out these mystical creatures. We're on a hunt. We got an enemy, brother. We got to fight. We got a whole lot of shit. We're going to go in the shit. And then we're going to come out. We're going to clean ourselves off. And then we're going to go back into the shit. All right? That's right. I can already tell you, students, after my exploration, I've already had a good amount. Ah, damn. Shit. All right. Let's go ahead and get everything set up here. Nah. Whole lot of shit. All right, we're not fucking around anymore here, students. We're doing a late night. Good excursion. We're gonna handle this shit. All right. But first, we need a music. All right. So, let me tell you about today's target. The mission is clear, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be talking about the one and only Big Macho, the fur dog. I'm talking about the man himself. We're talking about Bigfoot. That's right. The Homo sapien that everyone's looking out for, but guess what? I got him. I think. But I'm gonna have to do the more research for I'm gonna have to go with you and do some more research. So, let's get right to it. So, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. Today, this month is dedicated to Mythical May, where we're going to be hunting and searching for mythical creatures. I hope you're ready. If you're new to this, private, that's right, students, you're not students anymore. You're maggots. I'm going to teach you the ways. Yeah. Woo. All right. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, you have not seen anything today. All right. So, we got to get to know our enemy. In and out. We got to go through the history, try to figure out what actually caused this entity its power. What the fuck? All right. We gonna find ourselves a bigger foot. All right. Just gotta figure out. Gotta send out the tweets. We're hunting, y'all. Come on down. There we go. Sending out this thing called a tweet. Twitter. Only Twitter I know is the bird. We be hunting. All right. That's what I gotta say. We're gonna find ourselves a big a biggest footus. That is what we're gonna be searching for. Now we gotta search high and low. We're gonna find ourselves a biggest footus. All right. I like him. This is some good music now. Now, students, let's go right ahead and let me introduce myself to the proper. My name is Professor Void, and I'll be your educator today. You see, we like to divide our subjects into, well, 3 days. Because time is money. You need to know as much as possible with my limited time. So basically, you see, we start with day one. Day one. We start off by learning the basics. And then we move on to learning the specifics, the myths, the legends, the stories. And then we seal the deal by getting physically involved, which, students, yes, we're going on another field trip. We're going to be hunting. I realize we gotta protect ourselves. So this is what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be trying out this here Wikipedia, this search engine, and then we're gonna just see what videos pop up about this big foot. This biggest erectus of footus. All right, now get on to it. Let's get it. All right. You calm the fuck down. So, let's move right in. All right. Wikipedia, we search your guidance. Sweet Jesus. There they are. Look at them. Look at his features. See how he swings his big arms, intimidating us. Their long stride. A female. You see her bosoms and her thigh right there. That's a big gal. You see this here creature, specimen. This is our target right here. We're gonna take her down. Let's find out more about her. See, Bigfoot, also commonly referred to as Sasquatch in Canada and American folklore, is an ape-like creature. Is purported. What the fuck? All right, students, we're already at it. How the fuck do you say that shit? How to say? The fuck? Purported. Oh no, we heard about this one before. I heard about this word. What the hell does this word mean again? Purported. Apparent or stated to be true, though not necessarily alleged. The fuck? Why not just fucking say that? Why waste my damn time? So okay, Bigfoot is commonly referred to as Sasquatch in Canada and American folklore. This here beast is an ape-like creature that is purported to inhabit the forests of North America. Supposed evidence of the existence of Bigfoot is based on a number of anecdotal visual sightings, disputed video and audio recordings, photograph casts of large footprints, etc. Some of these are speculated or known to be hoaxes. Bullshit. We got photo evidence right there. Boom. Right there. That's all we need. Bigfoot has become an icon within the fringe of subculture. Cryptozoology is a pseudoscience and subculture that aims to prove the existence of entities from folklore such as Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, the Chupacabra, the Makaleke. What the fuck is this shit? This is the kind of science I want right here. We're gonna have to hold up now. Cryptozoology. We're gonna have to figure out more about them students. Woo! Bigfoot has become an icon within the fringe of subculture of cryptozoology and an enduring element of popular culture. Folklorists trace the figure of Bigfoot to a combination of factors and sources, including folklore surrounding the European wild man figure. Folks believe among Native Americans and loggers, wishful thinkers, and a cultural increase in environmental concern. The majority of mainstream scientists have historically discounted the existence of Bigfoot bullshit, considering it to be a result of combination of folklore, misidentification, and hoax rather than a living animal. No! I refuse. This Bigfoot we're talking about, this motherfucker can hide. Could be anywhere. Other creatures of relatively trying to hurt my brain now. Other creatures of relatively similar description. Oh, relatively? Yeah, other creatures of relatively similar descriptions are alleged to inhabit in various regions of Northern America. I'm going by you accent now. And throughout the world, such as skunk ape and of the southern United States, the almas. What? In Mongolian folklore, in almas and alma or almasti, among other variants, is a creature or deity said to inhabit Caucasus and Pamir Mountains of Central Asia and the Altai Mountains of Western Mongolia. A Yeti. The Yeti, also known as the Mete in Himalaya folklore, is a black creature purported to inhabit Himalayan mountains range in Asia. In Western pop culture, the creature is commonly referred to as the abominable snowman. In urine, Chinese folklore. It's like, God damn, these motherfuckers are everywhere. And the Australian Yahweh is the one of several names of an Australian folklore entity represented to live in the outback. The creature has its roots in Aboriginal oral history. I did not know in parts of Queensland and known as the Quinkin. What? As Jugabina in parts of South Wales, they are called Gendarian. All of which, like Bigfoot, are ingrained in the culture of their regions. My God. All right, students, let's get right into it. You see, thousands of people have claimed to have seen a Bigfoot, which is commonly described as a large, muscular, bipedal, ape-like creature, roughly 1.8 to 2.7 meters. What the fuck? Oh, 6 to 9 feet. Thank you. Covered in hair, described as black, dark brown, or dark reddish. A pungent, foul-smelling odor is sometimes associated with the reports of the creatures commonly described as similar to rotten eggs or skunk. The face of a Bigfoot is often described as human-like, with a flat nose and visible lips. Common description also includes broad shoulders, no visible neck, and long arms. The eyes are commonly said to be dark in color, have been alleged to glow yellow or red at night. However, eye shine is not present in humans or any known great ape, and so proposed explanation for observable eye shine in the forest includes perched owls, raccoons, or opossum. The enormous footprints for which the creature is named are claimed to be 610 millimeters long and 200 millimeters wide. Some Bigfoot's casts have also contained claw marks, making it likely they came from known animals such as bears, which have 5 toes and claws. Hot damn. Woo wait. According to David Daglin, American show motion picture of an unidentified subject which some makers have said was Bigfoot. He was the man, the legend, that discovered the legend. According to Dave and Dago, the legend exists before there was a single name for the creature. They deferred to their details both regionally and between families in the same community. On the Tule River Indian Reservation, located in Central California, petroglyph is an image created by removing part of the rock surface by incising, picking, carving, and abrading into the form of rock art. Was created by a group of Yokuts, native to Central California, at a site called Painted Rock, are alleged by some to depict the group of Bigfoot called the Family. The local tribes people call the largest of the paintings Hairy Man, and they are estimated to be between 500 to 1,000 years old. Ecologist Robert Powell argues that most cultures have accounts of human-like giants in their folk history, expressing a need for some larger-than-life creatures. Each language had its own name for creatures featured in the local version of such legend. Many names meant something along the lines of Wild Man or Hairy Man. Although the names have described common actions that it was said to perform, such as eating clams or shaking them trees. chief Michelle of I'm not even gonna try to butcher that. Pamax of Lytton, British Columbia, told such a story to Charles Hilltout in 1898. He named the creature by Celestial variant meaning the benign faced one. Members of the Lumi tell tales about Semiquis, the local version of Bigfoot. The stories are similar to each other in general descriptions of Semiquis. Damn, I'm gonna fuck this up. But details differed among various families' accounts concerning the creature's diet and activities. Some regional versions tell more threatening creatures. The Sityaha or Quiquiai were nocturnal race. Children were warned against saying the names, lest the monsters hear and come carry off the person, sometimes to be killed. The Rocquays tell an aggressive hair-covered giant with a rock-hard skin known as the Utaneyarhe, or stone giant, more commonly referred to as the Guinosquaha. The Genosquaha, yeah. In 1847, Paul Kane reported stories by the Indian about Skookums, a race of cannibalistic wild men living on the peak of Mount St. Helens in the southern Washington state. Also related to the area was an alleged incident in 1924 in which a violent encounter between a group of miners and a group of ape men occurred. These allegations were reported in the July 16, 1924 issue of the Oregonian. That's stupid. And have become a popular piece of Bigfoot lore. And the area is now referred to as Ape Canyon. Shit. That's where he is. Or she. Or they. U.S. President Theodore Roosevelt in his 1993 book, The Wilderness Hunter, writes of a story he was told by an elderly mountain man named Booman, in which a foul-smelling bipedal creature ransacked his beaver trapping camp, stalked him, and later became hostile when it fatally broke his companion's neck somewhere near the Idaho-Montana border. Roosevelt noted that Bowman appeared fearful while telling the story, but attributed the trapper's folkloric German ancestry to have potentially influenced him. Less menacing versions have been recorded, such as Reverend Elkanah Walker from 1840. Walker was a Protestant missionary who recorded stories of giants among the Indians living near Spokane, Washington. The Indians said that these giants lived on and around the peaks of nearby mountains and stole salmon from fishermen's nets. In the 1920s, ooh-wee. Agent J.W. Burns compiled local stories and published them in the series of Canada newspaper articles. They were accounts told to him by the St. Alice people of the Chehalis and others. The St. Alice and other regional tribes maintained the Sasquatch were real. They were offended by people telling them that figures were legendary. According to the Sitsal's accounts, creatures preferred to avoid white men and spoke the Lilut language, and the people of Port Douglas, British Columbia, at the head of Harrison Lake. These accounts were published again in 1940. Burns borrowed the term Sasquatch from the Hochmelem and used it in his article to describe the hypothetical single type the hypothetical single type of creature portrayed in the local stories. Now, how the hell did you get your name? In 1958, Jerry Crew, a logging company bulldozer operator in Humboldt County, California, discovered a set of large 410 millimeter human-like footprints sunk deep within the mud of the Six River National Forest near the Trinity River. Upon informing his co-workers, many claimed to have seen similar tracks on previous sites, as well as telling of odd incidents such as an oil drum weighing 450 pounds having been moved without explanation. The logging company men soon began utilizing the term Bigfoot to describe the mysterious culprit who had apparently left the prints and removed their equipment, causing a sense of paranoia among the workers. Crew, who initially believed someone was playing a prank on them, once again observed more of these numerous massive footprints, contacted reporter Andrew Gonzalez of the Humboldt Times newspaper, today called the Times Standard, in nearby Eureka. Gonzalez interviewed the lumber workers and wrote articles about the mysterious footprints, coining the term Bigfoot in relation to the tracks and local tales of the large, hairy wild men. Plaster cast was made in the footprint, and the crew appeared holding one of the casts on the front page of the newspaper on October 6, 1958. The story spread rapidly, and Gonzalez began to receive correspondence from major media outlets, including New York, Los Angeles Times. As a result, the term Bigfoot became widespread as a reference to an apparently large unknown creature leaving massive footprints in Northern California. In 2002, the family Crew, deceased co-worker Ray Wallace, claimed that their father had been secretly making large footprints with carved wooden feet, and that he was responsible for the tracks. Despite the Wallace family claims, Willow Creek and Humboldt County are considered to be the Bigfoot capital of the world. Hot damn. All right. How the hell do you behave? All right now. Alleged behaviors. Alleged behavior eyewitnesses and individuals researching the phenomenon of Bigfoot have indicated a number of disputed behaviors supposedly related to the creatures. Some of these reported behaviors include repetitive knocking sounds said to be produced by objects such as rocks, logs, commonly called wood knocking, or rock throwing. Yeah, what? Vocalizations such as howls, moans, grunts, whistles, and even form of supposed language. What is language? Some of these alleged vocalizations recordings have been analyzed by individuals such as retired U.S. Navy cryptologist, linguist Scott Nelson. He analyzed audio recordings from early 1970s said to be recorded in the Sierra Nevada mountain dubbed the Sierra Sounds, and stated it is definitely a language and is definitely not human in origin, and it could not have been faked. Celebrity survivalist Les Stroud has spoken of the strange vocalization he heard in the wilderness while filming Survivor Man, that he stated sounded primates in origin. Other argues that he stated sounded primate in origin. Others argue that the source of the sounds attributed to Bigfoot are either hoax, anthropomorphization, or likely misidentified and produced by known animals such as owl, wolf, coyote, and fox. The News Network? Sounds about right. There's a bunch of just hairy dudes there. Additionally, structure constructed of broken and twisted foliage seemingly placed in specific areas have been attributed by some to Bigfoot behavior. In some reports, log, pole pine, and other small trees have been observed, bent, uprooted, or stacked in patterns such as weaved and crisscrossed, leading some to theorize that they are potentially territorial markings. Some instances have included entire deer skeletons being suspended in the trees. Hold up now, I'm just trying to... Hold up now, I just want to get better. I just want to get us some better. Here we go. Some instances have also included entire deer skeletons being suspended in high trees. In Washington State, a team of amateur Bigfoot researchers called the Olympic Project claimed to have discovered a collection of nests and have primatologists study them, who concluded that they appear to have been created by a primate. Many alleged sightings are reported to occur at night, leading to some speculation that the creature may possess nocturnal tendencies. However, mainstream science largely disputes this claim, as all known apes, including humans, are diurnal. Diurnal? With only lesser primates possessing nocturnality. The concept of what Bigfoot would consume for sustenance is a debated issue. Most mainstream scientists maintain that it is unlikely that breeding population of hominid megafauna would be able to sustain itself in North America forests, as great apes historically thrive only in tropics of Africa and Asia. In addition, they would face competition with bears and other large predators and would be leaving behind species and other identifiable evidence. Others argue that, like bears, the creature likely have an omnivorous diet, are opportunistic, much like humans. Anecdotal accounts indicate that creature consumes roots, berries, nuts, fruits, fungi, salmon, and other fish. Small mammals like rabbits, squirrels, birds, and hoofed ungulates. So Bigfoot's eating zebra and giraffes. I see. Including deer and elk. Oh, okay, well, that too. There have also been alleged reports of Bigfoot consuming carrion and killing and stealing livestock. In 2016, Centralia College anthropology professor and Bigfoot enthusiast Michael Townsend presented forensic research at the 69th annual anthropology research conference in Tacoma, Washington, that he and his team completed after studying 3 different prey bones recovered near Mount St. Helens. They claim that the bite marks found on the bones provide evidence of a large unknown hominid, having made them based on their characteristics. Interactions with humans have been reported. Many Native Americans cultures traditionally fear and respect these creatures. An incident in 1924, often referred to as the Battle of Ape Canyon, tells miners being attacked by a large hairy ape man that hurled rocks into their cabin roof from nearby cliff after one of the miners alleged shot one with a rifle. A miner was supposedly knocked unconscious by a rock, which crashed through the roof, and the creature slammed into the cabin walls, causing the entire structure to shake. Canadian prospector Albert Osterman reported that he was abducted by a Bigfoot and held captive with its family for 6 days near Toba Inlet, British Columbia. In 1924, he reported that they did not cause him harm, but they were instead amused by his presence. In Folk, Arkansas, in 1971, a family reported that a large hair-covered creature startled a woman after researching through a window. The alleged instance caused panic in the area. According to the BFRO, there have been no credible modern reports of humans being killed by a Bigfoot, but harassment and stalking-like behavior towards people have been reported. And now, in 2021, Hulu documentary entitled Sasquatch describes marijuana farmers telling stories of Bigfoots harassing and killing people within the Emerald Triangle region in 1970. I'm gonna have to watch that. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna take notes, and I'm gonna come back and tell you all what's been going on. In 1970 through 1990s, and specifically the alleged murder of 3 migrant workers in 1993. Investigative journalist David Holthouse attributes the stories to illegal drug operations using the local Bigfoot lore to scare away competition, specifically superstitious Mexican immigrants, that the high rate of murder and missing persons in the area attributed to human actions. There have also been reports of doggos allegedly being killed by Bigfoot. In the early 1990s, 911 audio recordings were made public in which a homeowner in Catesby County, Washington, called law enforcement for assistance with a large subject, described by him as being all in black. Having entered his backyard, he previously reported to law enforcement that his dog was killed recently when it has thrown over his fence. Oh God. Oh no. Anthropologist Dr. Jeffrey Muldrum note that any large predator animal is potentially dangerous to humans, specifically if provoked but indicates that most anecdotal accounts of Bigfoot encounters result in creatures hiding or fleeing from people. Some amateur researchers have reported the creature moving and talking and taking possession of initial gifts left by humans, such as food and jewelry, and leaving items in their place, such as rocks and twigs. Skeptics argue that many of these alleged humans interacted and are easily hoaxed and result of misidentification or outright fabrication bullshit. History Channel. Misidentification, hoaxes. This is all fabrications. proponents, what? Bigfoot proponents, Grover Krantz, and Jeffrey H. Bourne believe that Bigfoot could be a relict population. In biography and paleontology, a relict is a population or taxon of organisms that was more widespread or more diverse in the past of a Gigantophocus. Oh, sweet Jesus. How the hell do you say that?
Gigantopithecus.
Gigantopithecus. Yes, first one. All Gigantopithecus fossils were found in Asia, but according to Bourne, many species of animals migrated across the Bering Land Bridge. Oh, that's when we became friends with Russia there for a second. And he suggested that the Gigantopithecus might have done so as well. A Gigantopithecus. Damn. The Gigantopithecus fossils have been found in the Americas. The only recovered fossils of mandibles and teeth, leaving uncertainty about Gigantopithecus's locomotion. Krantz have argued that Gigantopithecus blacki, that is, no, black eye, no, I don't know what that could have been bipedal based on the extrapolation of shape of its mandibles. Primatologist, monkey. Primatologist John R. Napier and anthropologist Gordon Strensberg have suggested a species of Paranthropus as a possible candidate for Bigfoot's identity, such as Paranthropus robustus, with its gorilla-like created skull and bipedal gait, despite the fact that fossils of Paranthropus are found only in Africa. Michael Rugg of Bigfoot Discovery Museum presented a comparison between human Gigantopithecus and a Meganthropus. Oh my gosh. It's crazy words making my head hurt. Episodes 130. Yeah, we got that. All right. Oh, shit. Damn. Fuck. Boom, boom, boom. Ah, cha, 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 cha. Ooh. All right, now. See, the scientific community knows what's up. Recognition, yeah. In 2013, Zoo Bank, the non-governmental organization that is generally accepted by zoologists to assign species names, approved the registration request for the species named Homo sapiens. Oh. Cognitus. Fuck.
Cognatus or
Cognatus.
Latin.
Oh, what? Say that one more time.
Cognatus or cognatus, Latin.
Cognatus. Who? The hell you mean? Related by blood. Okay. Cognatus. To be used for the reputed homonid, more formally known as Bigfoot or Sasquatch. Cognatus is a Latin term meaning related by blood. Ah, damn it, I could have. Alright, whatever. The request was made by Dr. Malba Ketchum. S. Ketchum. So fucking close. Holy shit, look at that. Look how long this fucking title is. Moody scholar and lead scientist of the Sasquatch Genome Project following publication, the novel North American Hominins Next Generation of the Three Whole Genomins and Associated Studies. Fuck me, jeez. This article took a bunch fucking samples of blood, tissues, hair, and other specimens characterized and hypothesized to have been obtained by elusive hominins in North America, commonly referred to as Sasquatch. There you fucking go. Oh shit, wow. Of the known great ape. Paleontologist and author Darren states, it is, after all, great fun to wonder what the existence of the Bigfoot would mean for field biologists, ecologists, ecology. Fuck me, what is... Ecology in North America, for conservation and wildlife management, for our understanding of primate evolution and diversity, and for the relationship we have with the rest of the natural world. Ah. Well, shit. Let's see what our good friend YouTube has to say about that. Damn it, History Channel. Are we allowed to show History Channel shit? The Infograph Show
started around 8 p.m.
Hold up.
The calls started around 8 p.m., all from motorists driving down a specific segment of an Oregon highway. At first, the police assumed they were being pranked, but then the sheer volume of calls told them that something was definitely out there. Each panicked driver that called relayed the exact same story. Something massive, much bigger than a bear, was running alongside the freeway. The creature stood well over 7 feet tall, ran on 2 legs, and appeared to be panicked. One couple described the creature as roaring and clearly terrified of the traffic rushing by. As driver after driver flooded local police lines, cruisers were immediately dispatched. Sadly, by the time they arrived, the creature had already plunged back into the deep woods of Oregon's forests. As the American population expands and pushes ever deeper into pristine and untouched forests that still span the North American continent, Bigfoot sightings continue to increase on a nearly year-by-year basis. While many of these are clearly hoaxes, as many more are misidentifications, the sheer volume of eyewitness sightings is enough
Shit's
to give the
real.
rational thinker pause. Could all of those sightings of the legendary creature truly be pure fabrications or accidental misidentifications? While once considered nothing more than a folktale or outright hoax, the the growing evidence for a population of Sasquatch on the North American continent has begun to lure in serious scientific experts, and a great number of those are becoming increasingly convinced after reviewing available evidence that something does indeed stalk the woods of the American continent.
That's
One of
right.
the most obvious and the first pieces of evidence of the Sasquatch phenomenon are footprints found in nearly all climates and environments across North America. The creature, now known as Bigfoot, got its name from reports of mysterious footprints found at a construction site in California.
We got
It's
him.
stuck ever since. A name which was well earned, as the footprints are quite massive, ranging an average of 18 inches in length. Yet the Bigfoot community would be rocked when in 2002, one of the construction workers who discovered the footprints, Ray Wallace, admitted to faking the prints. Not only that, but he had faked prints in many other areas of the country using his custom-made wooden big feet that he simply strapped onto and stomped around in. The entire
Motherfucker had a foot fetish. That's what happened. Motherfucker had a damn foot fetish, and he just wanted to contaminate the whole world to keep us from learning what we really need to know.
phenomenon appeared to be dead, clearly a hoax from the start. And yet, this was far from the truth. Wallace's work sites throughout his lifetime were plotted out by researchers, which helped debunk many suspected sightings. Yet there was still a major problem. While Wallace was actively hoaxing, prints were appearing hundreds, even thousands of miles away.
You see?
What's more, Wallace's prints were not the first to be discovered. They were simply the first to draw
I knew it.
attention in such a large way. In fact, Bigfoot sightings and footprints have been reported since the dawn of the American nation, and Native Americans have long believed in and reported on the existence of the creature, claiming
The
that
OGs
they have
even know
lived
it.
alongside it for thousands of years. But perhaps this is all folklore, though it would still be difficult to explain why people on the other side of the country started hoaxing Bigfoot tracks at the exact same time as Wallace. If these tracks are indeed all fake, then these hoaxers are far more sophisticated than anyone ever suspected. Dr. Jeff Meldrum has long spoken on the specific qualities of Bigfoot tracks.
Jeffy!
He is the Associate Professor of Anatomy and Anthropology, as well as the Adjunct Associate Professor of the Department of Anthropology at
Now I tell you what, I was never too much into your science, folk. But once you started turning around and start making them normies out there understand what I've been telling, that them big'em, he's real. We're gonna find him. Kill him. I don't know why we need to kill him, but we do. Because nobody can be bigger than me. Oh. Well, if they're bigger than me, then my wife's gonna sleep with them.
at Idaho State College. He's well qualified to speak on the subject. Meldrum is an expert on foot morphology and, most
Holster.
importantly, on locomotion in primates. Dr. Meldrum understands how primate feet are shaped by evolution and how this affects their locomotion.
Now that motherfucker's got a foot fetish. No. I just. Yeah, so I heard you want to be in anthropology. Yeah. I just want to know how their feet are. I just want to know how their feet looks. That's all. I just want to know how their feet look. I just want to see a big Yeti foot. Have them stomp on me. Ah! The fuck did you say, Jeff? Sorry, I'm just kidding around. Let's find the Sasquatch.
Ocean. And while initially skeptical of the phenomenon, his investigation into hundreds of casts has now convinced him there's a possibility of an unidentified large
Bet money Tarantino likes Bigfoot.
primate in the American forests. Dr. Meldrum's conclusion is derived from several common qualities found amongst the footprint casts he considers to be authentic.
He's like, you see his face, he's like, yeah, I fucked this one. Like, sir, why does that one have a hole in it? That's my special foot. That's my special foot. I just love feet, man.
derived from several common qualities found amongst the footprint casts he considers to be authentic. The first is the identification of dermal ridges. These are
Fuck, dermal ridges.
patterns in the skin that are similar to that of your fingertips.
Oh.
While drying plaster can sometimes form impressions that seem like dermal ridges.
Oh my god, we got. Whoa, shit. Thank God the camera's up. Whew. Anybody feeling hot?
Common phenomenon. The second piece of evidence is the presence of a mid-tarsal break,
Shit.
identified by the way that the footprint is created on the ground as the creature moves. This is a feature common to apes, but not found in humans, and this is caused by the foot actually bending before an ape takes its next stride. Next is the spacing of the footprints themselves, which is often in excess of 3 feet. By measuring the space between footprints, the gait or walk of a creature can be measured, and time and again this figure comes up to such a superhuman value that it would be extremely biologically difficult and sometimes impossible for a human.
This is like me and short people. Motherfuckers have to take 5 minutes to copy just 2 of my steps. Like, damn. Like, come on, keep up. Jog if you have to. All right, we got shit to do.
Human to hoax. But Dr. Meldrum is far from the only professional expert who believes in the possibility.
I love you, short people. Beautiful. You don't have to worry about like ceilings and shit.
Of a large unidentified ape. Police fingerprint technician Jimmy Shilkett became interested in the phenomenon after watching a Bigfoot documentary, when, in his own words, he was shocked at the appearance of primate identifying characteristics in the.
You do have to worry about like shell shit. But, you know, whatever. You'll figure it out.
Plaster casts such as dermal ridges. The discovery propelled him to look into the phenomenon using his specialized technical knowledge as a fingerprint forensic specialist, and he became convinced that while some tracks were fake, others misidentified, a large enough body of them existed that pointed at the possibility of a large primate. If every Bigfoot track is being created by hoaxers, then clearly the real mystery here is why a body of primate anatomy and locomotion experts have been pranking the nation for decades. Perhaps the most famous.
Yeah. Guys. What if we just prank the whole fucking world? Just like, we just spread across the world and just put our feet, our big feet, the big feet everywhere. Yeah.
And controversial piece of evidence, however, is the Patterson.
Oh, there she is. Oh, I'll rewind that.
Controversial piece of evidence, however, is the Patterson
Oh, God.
which purports to show the clearest footage yet of a large bipedal animal walking across a dry riverbed in Northern California. According to Robert Patterson, the man who shot the film, he and his friend Robert Gimlin came across the creature while on horseback trying to gather evidence for the existence of Bigfoot. Despite noticing the men, the creature simply moved off in a brisk, wide gait, looking back at them several times. Robertson, who was shocked at the appearance of the creature, took about 20 seconds to get his panicked horse under control, hop off the saddle, and grab his camera, leaving most of the encounter on film. Since that fateful day in 1967, the film has been repeatedly inspected, dissected, and reconstructed by scientists the world over in a bid to discover if the film is real or a hoax. While several people have come forward to claim they were the man in the costume, studies of the film have time and again indicated that the subject may have been a real biological creature. One of the most damning pieces of evidence used by skeptics to debunk the film is a completely unsubstantiated rumor that the Bigfoot costume used in the film was designed by legendary makeup artist John Chambers, who created the costumes for Planet of the Apes. Yet these rumors are exactly that, hand-me-down stories that can't even be authentically traced back to Chambers himself making that statement. They also beg several key common-sense questions, the most prominent of which is simply, why in the world would an Academy Award-winning makeup artist create a costume for a completely unknown former rodeo clown to fake a Bigfoot film with? And secondly, why would he create a costume that is visibly far more advanced than anything Hollywood would use for the next 4 decades, and then never recreate that work on a professional film? In determining the validity of the costume claim, film analysis has
For the
focused on
lulz.
gathering painstaking detail of the creature frame by frame as it moves. And this analysis shows that as the creature in the film moves, entire muscle groups can be seen to also move on the creature's body. This is simply too far outside the realm of possibility for 1967 costume technology, and actuated artificial muscles wouldn't be incorporated into Hollywood costumes for decades to come. The only possibility for the suit to clearly show these well-defined muscle movements is for the suit wearer to have the suit physically worn next to his own body, meaning that the person in the costume would have had to be truly a massive individual, far outside the physical limits of most human beings, and well outside those of anyone who is claimed to be the man in the costume. Famously, Disney executive Ken Peterson was quoted as saying that Disney technicians would be unable to recreate a suit so realistic, and if his technicians couldn't recreate it, then how would an unknown like Patterson have done so in the first place? Universal Studios special effects technicians, upon being shown the film, recently concluded that they could possibly try and fake it, but they would have to create a brand new suit using artificial muscles, and then find an actor who could be trained to walk in the extremely peculiar way the creature in the film moves. Yet the
You know, Universal is just like, yeah, no, fuck Disney. We got that. We totally could do that. What? Yeah. Yeah, no. Hey, Disney, suck a dick. We could do it. It would just take some time.
creature's movement reveals even more interesting details that hint at the authenticity of the footage. Notably, primate and human locomotion experts have worked to try and painstakingly recreate the gait of the creature with human subjects. They have found that while the creature's gait doesn't resemble any known primate, it's also extremely unlike that of a human, and instead seems to sit somewhere in between the two. While the gait has been successfully recreated with a professional actor,
Sure, I feel totally weird.
even the researchers responsible for the study admitted that it was an extremely uncomfortable, unnatural movement that would be difficult to maintain for long periods of time. Dmitry Donskoy, head of the Department of Biomechanics at the
Donskoy.
Central Institute of Physical Culture, agreed with the results of the recreation decades before it even happened.
I knew
noting
it.
that the creature's movements were too natural and confident, while also unnatural for a human, for it to have been easily faked. Consider the rocky, uneven ground that the event took place in, and it speaks even more to the difficulty in hoaxing such movements. Even more damning for the hypothesis that the creature is just a man in a suit is that a computer reconstruction of the anatomy of the creature, using known locations for the creature's joints, shows that the creature has a far longer torso than legs, well outside the natural range of any human.
What that body do? How about that, huh?
Even skeptical reviews of the film
Show
have
me
fallen
the
far short of confirming
dumper.
the hoax, with most studies simply noting that the creature's true identity cannot be determined, which is more than a fair statement for footage shot on 16mm film from such a great distance. Sadly, no hard evidence of the creature exists, which begs the question of how such a prominent woodland figure could exist and leave behind zero hard evidence. Many believe that the creature is more intelligent than a normal primate and believe that they may show some level of care for their dead, perhaps secreting them away in caves or other locations as a form of a very primitive burial rite. What is known is that the natural state of North American forests can actually work to decompose even bones and scatter them wide enough as to make their discovery difficult, if not impossible, especially if Bigfoot is a primate with a very low population. The low population theory is supported by much of the evidence gathered on the creature, with some estimates ranging at a population of only a few thousand across North America. Animals like Bengal tigers are very much real and have an even lower population count thanks to hunting by humans. They too rarely, if ever, leave remains to be discovered by humans, despite their environment being located mostly inside the most populated country in the world, India. If we were to judge the existence of Bengal tigers by the same standard we use on Bigfoot, well, the scientific community would have very little actual evidence of their existence. Many Bigfoot researchers believe that the creature not only has a very low population, but one that is actively being made extinct by human activity. These massive bipedal creatures, if they exist, would require substantial range to support their massive caloric requirements. And while studies have shown that there does in fact exist enough subsistence in American forests to meet these requirements, the range of
You
a
see?
group of these creatures would have to be
That's
extremely
why
large,
the Green
with
New
human
Deal
encroachment into the
should be
ponds of North
revoked.
America and activities like the damming of
Motherfuckers,
rivers interrupting fish supplies.
If we go green,
Great apes.
if we go green, the Bigfoot population will come back and take our women. They'll take our women. They can't take our women. No, no, they'll take me too. No, we can't have that. We gotta protect our people. Listen to me.
May perhaps truly be our most intelligent relatives, but are surely on the way to complete
The Green New Deal will create more Bigfoot population. That's what I'm trying to say.
extinction. Sadly, they may fade away entirely before their existence is conclusively proven. Though
There we go.
perhaps sometime in the future, remains may be discovered that show that once a great ape truly did stalk the American wilds. Ready for more spooky stuff? Check out the terrifying.
Woo. All right. Damn it, there's so much like Bigfoot.
Breaking news out of Texas, Bigfoot is real. According to a group of researchers, they call themselves the Sasquatch Genome Project, and they
Look at that man. You could totally trust that guy. I knew it. Look at him. That mullet. That goatee.
released what they say is
Look at him. Such a wise genius. I knew it.
proof. Several never-before-seen short video clips of the legendary and very shy creature. The group spent 5 years and $500,000 coming to this conclusion. One clip.
Oh shit, there they are. Look at his face. Look at that face.
5 years and $500,000 coming.
Them lips. Oh. That hair. The features. No. Forgive me, sorry. Just lost for words.
To this conclusion, one clip is of Sasquatch sleeping, shot during the day in Kentucky back in 2005.
We've all had experiences that have changed our lives. I mean, literally shook the foundations of what we believe in.
Besides the video, they say they also have DNA proof of Bigfoot's existence. One of the researchers stressed that their work has been a, quote, serious study.
This is on Bigfoot. Comments are turned off. Search TV. Ooh, hold up. No, not episode 5. Hold up. Can we look at this? Can we actually see this? Like, I mean, I don't know if like, we're allowed to watch this. I'm just like, of course I wanted to watch Bigfoot shit, but like, I don't know if I'm allowed to. I feel naughty. I don't want to get caught up with copyright shit. You know how that shit goes. They really need to have like a filter copyright. Or at least some shit like, I won't get it up the ass if. Shit. Bigfoot alien. Let's see here.
Deep in the heart of the Cherokee Nation, locals have spotted a mysterious creature. We tagged along as they tracked and collected evidence of the beast many know as Bigfoot.
I feel like for you to figure out your Cherokee, you also have to be white first. I feel like every white person who figures out they're Native American is Cherokee. Like, damn. Oh.
There is a vast area, natural forests that people have never seen before. And our elders have told us that there were beings that lived in the woods. Today we hear the word Bigfoot or Sasquatch, but in our Cherokee history, in our culture, we call them Uni Udawihi, the mythical or the secluded tribe. Now, from the cultural aspect of it, these creatures were put here by our creator, Unetlana, and
That looks
beings were
legit.
put here to help us. On our villages in ancient times, we had boundaries where we hunted and gathered, and we would present berries and edible roots at the edge of our boundaries as an offering to these creatures. And in return, these creatures would help us protect us during our times of hunting and gathering.
My child. Do you wish to become the biggest? What's it?
These beings existed a long time ago, and they do exist today. They're just not talked about as much, and some people get glimpses of them every now and then. I've been coon hunting with buddies that, I caught a glimpse
Jesus.
of, and that was, to me, was unbelievable. I see a lot more groups involved in, wanting to go out and prove that.
Like, every time you see a dude that is like Bigfoot hunting, it is like the minimum requirement is 40 years old, like hefty guy, like there has to be camo or tan, like clothing, khaki type clothing. Cargo shorts is also an extra. Glasses too. Some kind of facial hair that is beyond the norm of probably behind 90s, 80s. Yeah.
That this thing exists.
Damn. Look at these guys. Should I say I rest my case? Thank you. I'm done. I'm done. Right there. There you go. Jeez. Oh, that's great.
Is it going to be proven or is it not going to be proven? Well, curiosity drives human nature. And if you're always looking for something, you're going to find it.
My entire life, I've been in the woods probably 4,000 times. And out of all those times, I've had 27 encounters with what I would truthfully say was a Bigfoot. It's become a part of our culture that these creatures coexist with us. I have other members of the Cherokee Nation come up to me and say, hey, I've seen one. My name is Darren Lee. I go by DW Lee. I'm the executive director of Mid-America Bigfoot Research Center. The MABRC is an international organization. We have 500 plus members. The goal of the MABRC is to actually accumulate as much information and evidence as we can. So when it is proved to science, I can say, okay, here's what I got. You either take it and use it, throw it away, whatever you want. But I've done my part. We believe Bigfoot is a large primate. They're all hairy, got a big foot, more of an ape-like feature to its face. It has above average intelligence. The ones in this area are about 7 to 8 feet tall. For the most part, they are shy, they are elusive, and as long as you don't corner one, they usually stay pretty at ease with you. When the MABRC decides to do an expedition, we don't want to go in an area that don't have no Bigfoot sightings or any activity. We've actually got a whole bunch of research areas spread across the country. We have some here near Stillwell. that are pretty active. This area here, we've had a lot of encounters and sightings and stuff like that down through here. You can see some high-line power poles down there, and we speculate that the Bigfoot use a power line right-of-way as a navigation tool. You know, they just walk along it. It's just a lot of uncharted wilderness out there, probably places out there that man has never stepped foot in.
You just literally fucking told me that there's power lines. Man has stepped through there. What are you talking about? The fuck?
Once we get out there on site, we put our recorders out. What we do is we have these little audio recorders.
Dude, you gotta. What else you been using for that fucking wood? I mean, you've been to the woods 7,000 times, right? 10,000? Okay.
And we have these, what we call drop boxes. And they're tubes that has bark glued on the outside of them. And we have a...
You tell me this thing has above average intelligence. It'd be like, gonna be running around, fucking. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a fucking recording device. Yeah. All right, whatever. I'll just moan into it.
Stick that we can hang at about 20 feet up in the air. What this does is it makes it unnoticeable. We use thermal cameras that are portable that we can take everywhere with us. We also use parabolic listening devices, which are big bowls with a microphone in the middle, and these take the sounds and focuses them
My dude just Wikipedia'd that shit.
on that microphone. We also use drones to fly over an area. A lot of times when we go out on expeditions, we'll have members do a vocalization. We speculate that.
All right, hold up. Okay, got it. Okay. Nailed it. Yeah. I'm a natural. You know. I'm an expert. That's what you get. Okay.
That Bigfoot makes these whooping sounds. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to get a Bigfoot to respond to these whoops.
Whoa! He's a frat guy. That's what he is. Woo! Woo! Okay, cool.
The vocalizations that Randy's been doing, even if we don't hear a response here, if there's one farther up in the...
And if we don't find nothing, man, I just... Ooh, it gets me hard. I'll tell you what, Gary, you keep doing that, you're gonna... Oh boy. There's something gonna be going down. You're gonna find my boner in this woods, I'll tell you what.
The valley. Hopefully the recorders will pick it up.
In most primates, the long calls are used as a food response. That food has been found, food is there, available.
These vocalizations can mean different things. Hopefully Randy don't ever call in a love-struck Bigfoot. He'll be on his own.
He'll be on his own, but I got my camera. We're gonna make good money on this, Randy. You see him smile on his face. He's just like, I'll sacrifice myself. Like, how bad do you want it, Randy? Huh? You willing to sacrifice those cheeks? Find Bigfoot, huh?
And I can't run.
We have DNA collection kits. If we see a hair sample, we record it, we document it. We look for tree structures. Tree structures are items that's been constructed out in the woods that shouldn't really be there.
There is absolutely no root ball down here whatsoever. This end has been burnt completely. This is not a rotted off end like you would see if it rotted out of the ground.
He must have ran past it in such a fast fashion to where the friction of him hitting it burnt it. Probably what caused it.
Talk about a balancing act. This is what we see a lot of times on these structures where they'll actually balance. You can try to knock them down, and they won't.
There's different speculations what each kind of structure means. This could be just a warning to other Bigfoot, hey, behind this is my territory, don't come any further. It could even be a directional marker. You know, if we follow where it's pointing, we might find a water source. We also look for footprints. You know, when you're 7-8 miles back up in the woods, you come across a bare footprint, it's not too likely you got humans running around barefoot up there in the woods.
Looks like we got something here. It's not very big, about maybe 7 inches, 6 inches, not much bigger than that, but there's a toe, and a toe.
My dude's pressing in the dirt.
Side of the foot's well defined. That's actually castable.
Based on the size, like Jim said, it's probably, 7.5 inches. If anything, it's probably maybe a 1-year-old at the most.
At the
If
most,
that,
maybe.
yeah.
It'd only be something probably about this tall. Well, let's go ahead and cast this one. That's a pretty good little impression for this part of the state. And we'll pull this out of the ground and see what it looks like when it sets. This is an impression of a possible Bigfoot track. The typical size that people find for these things in Oklahoma is generally between 16 to 20 inches for the adults. Stuff smaller than that would be juveniles. In humans, we wear shoes and it causes the toe to get diverted inwards, and it's a deformity caused from wearing shoes. When you see a toe that's splayed out like that, that means that whatever left the footprint has never worn shoes.
The MABRC does not make a definitive claim that anything is Bigfoot. We're very scientifically minded. You got to let the research show you what's out there. As the executive director of the MABRC, I'm basically taking care of the website, taking care of the forums. I also get evidence from our guys, video evidence, picture evidence. A lot of times I'll take a photo, and what I'm doing is I'm zooming in on it. I'm changing the pixelization on it. I'm changing from color to black and white to see if there's anything that pops out.
Oh man, you think about they hit a microphone in the tree. I bet you're wrong. Boy, watching you put it up there. Yeah. Oh, that's so true. Oh man, that's funny. It's like, there's one out there. No, David, damn it. You said you weren't exploring this part of the forest this week. We were scheduled here from 9 to 3 a.m. That's what it was. Damn it. Son of a bitch, we've been calling each other the whole time.
Some of the most compelling evidence that the MABRC has collected. We do have a lot of thermal footage. We have several videos of a Bigfoot in the same location 2 weeks apart, filmed by 2 different researchers. We also have a picture of what we believe is a juvenile Bigfoot going across a trail down here in southeast Oklahoma. We
What the
also have
fuck?
hair samples. Some of them have unknown qualities to them that don't line up to other animals. Most purported Bigfoot hair doesn't have that medulla in there like human hair and dog hair and stuff like that. For audio recordings, we actually had a recording of what we believe could possibly be a Bigfoot. That was our researcher doing that call. That was the return response. The thing about humans, we think we know a lot, but as far as our planet goes, we probably only know maybe 5% of what's actually on our planet. We discover new species every day. So for us to find more information about our planet and what exists with us, I think that is really key for our survival in the end run, whether it's considered paranormal or normal. We need to find this stuff out.
Sure. I bid them good luck on their research. Okay. Les Stroud, Survivor, man. Probably the question, the last film produced the subject was not part of the TV series. I went to a secret location. Nah, let's see. Okay. What is the big? Bigfoot. Bigfoot.
So today we're doing a video all about Bigfoot, and that is why I am here in the Pacific Northwest of the USA. This is where the Bigfoot legend began, at least in the USA. Up in Canada, which is really close to here, by the way, they also have Bigfoot. They call it Sasquatch, and over in the Himalayas they have it, and they call it a Yeti, which to me a Yeti was that thing that when you do ski free and you know you get to the bottom and then that thing comes in. Not important, but we're here because a third of all Bigfoot sightings in the USA happen right here in the Pacific Northwest. Now the Bigfoot, it gets its name because apparently it had really big feet. They were 2 feet long, something like that. I'm more used to the metric system. By 8 inches wide, and also the beast itself 6 to 8 feet tall.
Dude, just like snap a back? What the fuck was that?
Itself 6 to 8 feet tall.
Okay. Cool.
So Bigfoot legends in this part of the world, they've been around for generations. Indeed, the legends existed before colonists even arrived in America, but things really kicked off a whole lot more recently, and that was in 1958. There was this dude, and his name was Gerald Crew, and basically he found very large footprints near a construction site. Kind of turns out, not really surprising here, that those footprints were actually faked by a brother of one of the members of the construction crew. So unfortunately wasn't real this time, which as you're going to see is a rather recurring theme throughout this video.
What's this guy doing?
So things really kicked up a gear again in 1967, because that's when we have something called the Patterson-Gimlin film. Now, of all the Yeti stories and all the various videos out there, this is the one that you've probably seen. It's this one. You see the guy walking through
There she is.
the forest. Now, people at the time said that this was, it was definitely a Yeti. It couldn't possibly be a person because it had a very inhuman-like walk. Supposedly the guy who filmed it, a guy called Patterson, hence the name of the movie, he took it to Universal Studios and even had someone look at it in the special effects department who said it was impossible that something like this could be replicated by a human with the technology at the time. Now, we're a little skeptical because, I mean, look at it. It could... it's just a dude walking through the forest. We're skeptical ourselves. Also, another problem that people had with the film is that Patterson had a bit of a reputation for being a liar. Oh, and then also later on someone came forward and said, yeah, I was the dude in the movie wearing a costume doing the supposedly impossible inhuman walk.
Mm-hmm.
So now the question comes as to what is actually going on here. Well, there are two main explanations. One is that it's just hoaxes. Indeed, for a time, pranking people with Bigfoot feet was actually like a thing, a commercial thing. You could buy these things, which you could make prints in the ground to make it look like there was a Bigfoot in your backyard. Totally not so popular these days, but people are still perpetuating this hoax. Another explanation, of course, is misidentified animals. Indeed, there was a picture recently that looked like this, and people thought that this, it's a juvenile Bigfoot. It's what it looks like when it is young. But either it's just a bear with a hair condition, which is what park ranger said, or it's just a dude in a suit. In fact, our kind of logical conclusion is almost all of these sightings, if not all of these sightings, are just dudes in suits.
Is that?
Sightings are just dudes.
Okay, yeah, that's a Chewbacca, and then okay,
dudes in suits.
That's good. I like this. I like the charm behind it. Oh shit.
So there are a couple of big problems outside of the fact that no one's really got any solid evidence of these things existing. And the first one is, how would they reproduce? There are obviously very few of them, and you need a certain number to be able to create a sustainable population. And the second big problem is, where are all the bodies? If there are Sasquatches, Bigfoot out there, where are their bodies when they die? We'd have found them if there were a certain number of them out there. Now,
Yeah.
in 2008, a couple of kids, they claimed that they had a Sasquatch body, and they even posted a video on YouTube about it. It got a lot of media attention internationally, but surprise, surprise, turned out totally to be a hoax. So the point of this video isn't really about Bigfoot or anything like that. It's more about something we rather like at Today I Found Out, and that's skepticism. Always approach things with a bit of a skeptical mind, because things like Bigfoot, I mean, we had that video and we had that picture, but that's all we really have. It's probably not real, and most scientists agree. So I really hope you liked that video. If you did, please do hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. We put out not brand new videos like this every day, but we do these occasionally, thanks to our Patreons who really make this sort of stuff possible. Head over to patreon.com/Today I Found Out to learn more about that. And as always, from the bug-filled woods of the Pacific Northwest, thanks for watching. So there are a couple of main problems with Bigfoots, other than there being basically no real evidence of them existing, and they're kind of scientific. Whoop.
I like that. That was fun.
In parts of the Pacific Northwest and Northern California, it is said there lives an ape-like man, larger than you or me. Whether you know him as Sasquatch or Bigfoot, his existence, or lack thereof, has captured the attention of millions. But is he, or could he, be real?
What's good?
The idea of Bigfoot or Sasquatch can be traced back to the Pacific Northwest, more particularly in the area of Oregon and Washington. Indigenous tribes that have lived there were known to have centuries of mythology relating to Sasquatches. The word Sasquatch is believed to derive from the Salish tribe word Saskets, meaning hairy man or wild man. Because the people in this region were living on land they had stolen from the native peoples, the lore also made its way into their local legends. In the 1940s, lumberjacks, hunters, trappers, and other working-class men throughout the region told stories about Bigfoot. He was often blamed for vandalism and thievery in the lumber camps, as well as being accused.
Okay, we're getting a little bit of repetitiveness on this part here. Let's see what else we got. So let's see what other articles here we can. Oh, Bigfoot sites. Nice. What the fuck? Come on. Load it. It's a page. What are we doing here? Come on. Are things being poopy now? What's going on? Come on. Oh, what the fuck? Come on. Jeez. Oh, gosh. Students, I am so sorry. We gotta be taking notes here. Damn. Or not. Jeez. All right. Well, here, let me go ahead. Change up a couple things here. Let's see if me reloading this shit brings it back. There we go. Come on. Jesus Christ. All right. There you go. What? FDA cleared dose. What? Smithsonian. Nope. Bigfoot. Yeah, research groups. Bigfoot Research Organization. Singer-songwriter. What? What do cryptozoology? All right. Let's get back to that wonderful music we were jamming out to. Alrighty. There we go. Sorry, students. I was trying to figure out some shit. Alrighty now. So, what do cryptozoology and folk music have in common? That's what Dave Dersham, Lloyd Thayer, and Rob Lauren, the Bigfoot Research Organization, have been trying to decipher for something like 15 years now. Presuming that surely some evidence had been revealed at this point, we put this perennial Thanksgiving weekend question members of the bro once again. What do we learn? Who be the judge? Dave? Well, it's really a blend in of very different songwriting styles. God damn it. It's a music organization. No, come on. We are revisiting the story 5 years ago. The city claimed to have built by homeless men with engineering skills, but our research discovered a very, very different. We got our hands on the blocks of snow used to build igloo, and we will reveal the findings. Oh shit. There we go. All right, we're gonna have to save that. We're gonna have to save that. Facebook groups. day 1. And then we also need to have a day 2. Shit to go forward for other parts here. You back up on Wikipedia. Damn it. Bigfoot. I was about to say, let's see, skepticism. Let's see here. Pop culture. Yeah, let's get back to, let's see what pop culture has to say about Bigfoot. Bigfoot has a demonstrable impact in pop culture and been compared to Michael Jordan as a cultural icon. 2018, Smithsonian Magazine declared interest in the existence of the creature is at an all-time high. According to a poll taken in May 2020, about 1 in 10 American adults believe Bigfoot is a real fucking animal. The creature has inspired the naming of medical company, music festival, sports mascot, amusement park, monster truck, and more. Of course, more things to prove that it's more real. Some have been critical of Bigfoot's rise to fame, arguing that the appearance of the creature in cartoons, reality shows, and advertisements further reduces the potential validation of serious scientific research. Others propose that society's fascination with the concept of Bigfoot stems from human interest in mystery, the paranormal, and loneliness. In the podcast Wild Thing, creator and journalist Laura Krantz argues the concept of Bigfoot can be an important part of environmental interests and protection, stating, if you look at it from the angle that Bigfoot is a creature that has eluded capture or hasn't left any concrete evidence behind, then you just have a group of people who are curious about the environment and want to know more about it, which isn't that far off from what naturalists have done for centuries. Bigfoot has been used in official government environmental protection campaigns, albeit comedically, by entities such as the U.S. Forest Service. Oh shit. The act of searching for or researching the creature is often referred to as squatching or squatching, popularized by the Animal Planet reality series Finding Bigfoot. During the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, Bigfoot became part of many North American social distancing promotion campaigns, with the creature being referred to as social distancing champion and as the subject of various internet memes related to the pandemic. Hot damn. Now, again, we said that there's so many other parts around the world. Oh, yes, the film itself. The well-known video of the alleged Bigfoot Patterson-Gimli film was recorded in October 20th, 1967 by Roger Patterson and Robert Bob Gimli in the area called Bluff Creek in Northern California. 59.5-second video has become an iconic piece of Bigfoot lore and continues to be highly scrutinized and analyzed and debated subject. Some argue that the film has provided no supportive data of any specific value, while the others believe that the subject in the film is proof of unrecognized hominid living in North America. Oh shit, here we go. All right. There we go. Ooh, okay. We're gonna have to save this. We're gonna have to explore this whole site. All right. Ooh, we're definitely doing that. We are definitely doing that tomorrow, students. Y'all get ready. We're gonna have ourselves a grand old time. We're gonna be able to look at Bigfoot stuff. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh shit. That's gonna be great. Pop culture. Of course, yes, we're gonna have to discover the Bigfoots around the world too, which that was really interesting. I think, what was it here? Skunk Ape, the Yaren, Almas, Yeti, Yowie. Yeah, we're gonna have to look in like the intros of each of these things here. Ugh. Oh shit. Oh shit. Hell yeah, we got some things to get ourselves into. You hold on to your butts, students. We'll get right in there. Not in your butts, but we'll get right into the information here. Hell yeah. All right, students. Alrighty, students. I've been following a couple more people around and stuff, and should be a good time, all right? But hey, we got a lot of stuff planned. We got a lot of things planned for tomorrow. A lot we need to know about, a lot we need to learn. I'm excited. I'm excited now you're here. All righty now. Let's see here. All right. What? If you I'm trying to rate this dude. See if I can still do it.
BRB again. Show's probably a bit quiet. Let me turn that up.
Huh. All right, never mind then. I thought I was going to try to raid this guy. Maybe not. All righty. All right, students. I think that'll be it for today. We're starting brand new with the mythical May, with the biggest Fetishes. We got a lot of stuff to figure out, a lot of things we need to dive into for tomorrow. We'll be discovering the other parts of big boys, big hairy men, or beings in the world. It'll be interesting. It'll be very interesting to try to figure out what the hell are all these beings doing here. Maybe theories, maybe mysteries, maybe dark stories. We don't know. It'll be interesting. I hope I see you tomorrow. We'll be back to our normal schedule from 6 to 8. But hey, I hope you guys have a good one. All right? We're not going to be hosting anyone today. So I hope you all have a great day. All right. We did pretty good. We did pretty good. Well, I think that'll about wrap it up. My name was and is Professor Void. I love you all, and I hope you guys had a wonderful and fantastic stream. All right? So, we got a lot to learn tomorrow. We'll get into that. We'll get into that organization, see what they got. That'd be nice. I'm excited for that part. Well, just want to stall for a little bit more time. I'm kidding. But hey, you guys are amazing. Make sure to stay weird and keep learning. This is Professor Void. I'm out. Stay weird and keep learning. Just keep on doing it all. Later. You guys have a good one. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, y'all. Mwah.
Class dismissed! His name is Professor Void. Professor Void. Professor Void.